Imagine you're at a fork in the road. It's not just any road, it's your life path. You're standing there, looking down two trails. One is a well-worn path, safe, familiar. This path is the "I'll wait until tomorrow" road, the "it's too risky" lane, the "what if it doesn't work out" trail. You know this path. Most people are on it. It's easy because it doesn't push you to your limits. You don't have to face fear or uncertainty, and you don't have to break a sweat. But there's another road, a second, less traveled path. It's rugged, winding, unpredictable. It's the path where the people who make real change, who leave an impact, who live with passion and purpose, decide to walk. This is the road where you risk, where you grow, where you face challenges head on. This is the path where you meet the fullest, most powerful version of yourself. Today, you're here because there's a part of you, a spark, that's ready to start walking down that second road. This spark inside you is the voice that's saying, "I'm meant for more." You know that voice. Maybe it's been whispering in the back of your mind for years, telling you that you have untapped potential, that there's greatness in you waiting to be unleashed. But sometimes that voice gets drowned out by excuses, fears, or even just the daily grind. This is your moment to turn up the volume on that voice and give it the attention it deserves. Let's look at someone real. Picture this. A man named Carl. Carl grew up in a small town where the expectations were simple. Graduate high school, get a steady job, don't aim too high. For years, Carl stayed on that first road, taking the safe steps, listening to people who said, "Be practical, Carl, don't take risks." But Carl had this restless feeling. He felt like he was just existing, not living. He wanted to do something big, something meaningful, but he was stuck in his own head, his own comfort zone. One day he got a wake-up call. He lost his job. Suddenly everything he thought was secure vanished. In that moment, Carl realized that he'd been living as if he had all the time in the world. And the truth hit him hard. His time was limited and he'd been wasting it. That day, Carl made a decision. He was done with the safe road. He was going to take the second path, no matter how tough it looked. Carl decided he was going to build his own business. Was he scared? Absolutely. Did he fail? Yes, over and over. But every time he fell, he learned. He learned to handle rejection, to keep moving forward, to rely on his resilience rather than waiting for the world to hand him something. And after years of persistence, Carl turned his vision into reality. Today, he's not just successful, he's fulfilled. He wakes up every day with purpose and excitement because he's doing what he loves. Carl's life changed when he chose the road of challenge, growth, and self-belief. You have that same power. You have the ability to make a life-altering decision today, right now. But that power is only useful if you decide to use it. If you let fear control you, that power stays hidden. Fear will tell you that you're not ready, that you're not enough, that the time isn't right. And here's the truth. Fear is a liar. Fear is there to keep you safe, but growth doesn't happen in the safe zone. Growth happens when you step out, face your fears, and keep pushing forward, even when it's uncomfortable. I want you to think about this. Who would you be if you let go of every excuse? Who would you become if you decided right now to stop settling for average and started reaching for greatness? This is not a motivational poster. This is real life. Every decision you make either takes you one step closer to your potential or one step further away. There's a story of a woman, Sarah, who was deeply unhappy with her life. She had a corporate job that paid well but left her feeling empty. For years she'd wanted to pursue art, but she kept saying, "I'll do it one day." That day kept getting pushed further and further away. She was so afraid of what people would think if she left her job, of what her family would say if she failed, that she never took action. One night, she had a thought that changed her life. What if I get to the end of my life and realize I never even tried? That single question was enough to push her into action. She started creating, started selling her art, started building a life around her passion. It wasn't easy, and there were moments when she doubted herself, but she kept moving. Today, Sarah looks back and thanks herself every day for choosing courage over comfort. She made the choice to live fully, not safely. Imagine if you did that. Imagine if you looked at every fear, every doubt, every obstacle as a challenge to grow, a stepping stone to greatness. Imagine if you chose the path of purpose instead of settling. You have that choice right now, just like Sarah did, just like Carl did. Here's the truth you need to hear. You have a giant inside you. That giant is powerful. That giant is hungry to achieve, to contribute, to live fully. But the giant will stay asleep unless you wake it up. It's your responsibility to unleash it. You have to decide to no longer accept mediocrity, to no longer let your potential go unrealized. Look at your life. What's one thing you know you need to change? It could be your career, your health, your relationships, or your mindset. Whatever it is, make a decision today. Not tomorrow, not when you're ready, not when you have more time. Today. Decide that you're going to commit to that change. Don't worry about whether it's the perfect step or if you have all the answers. Just take the first step and then the next. Momentum will carry you forward, but only if you start. There's a moment in every person's life when they realize that they have two choices: keep playing small or step into their greatness. You're standing at that moment right now. This is your opportunity to break free, to start living a life that's driven by purpose, passion, and power. What are you waiting for? The world is waiting for you to unleash your potential. It's time to wake up the giant within you.